I have swept away your offenses like a cloud, your sins like the morning mist. Return to me, for I have redeemed you. Congratulations. We can't be live this year, and we're going to be virtual. We're hoping to get the party to their house. All the graduates can celebrate, and we can celebrate with them. Our staff is here. We're assembling the watch party boxes. Our graduates are going to come by, and then we're going to be able to give them watch party boxes to go home and celebrate. We're so excited for you.
You don't know how much this means to me. This program helped me so much because I really literally came from the bottom.
It takes an entire community to knock down the barriers that we're facing today, to create opportunities for returning citizens and build bridges to welcome them home. It's not something that we can do by ourselves. I think all of us have a responsibility to do something that makes a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, the wait is finally over. After 2 years of diligently planning and collaborating with guest speakers like Van Jones, remarks from former President George W. Bush, Walmart CEO Doug McMillon, and many others, we are so excited that you have joined us to celebrate T.O.R.I's graduating class of 2021 in our first ever virtual commencement ceremony. The T.O.R.I program has been able to affect the lives of over 35,000 returning citizens in Texas alone. Your support tonight will make an incredible impact on the lives of these men and women ready for a second chance. Now, ladies and gentlemen, grab your party gear and help us celebrate the tremendous accomplishments of the class of 2021 T.O.R.I graduates.
Tonight's program features the stories of lives transformed, the voices of hope, and the messages of compassion and empowerment that have defined the breakthrough impact of the Texas Offenders Reentry Initiative in its first 16 years. Welcome to the T.O.R.I 2021 virtual graduation. Through the years, our T.O.R.I graduations have been blessed with an incredible array of inspirational guest speakers.
Something new has to be birthed inside of you to say, I am a conqueror. There's nothing I can't achieve. I'm telling you, I've been shackled from my feet to my hands, but when I broke out of them, I said, I'm a new creature that you are not ready to deal with.
Don't you know you're set apart? Don't you know God chose you for right now? Don't you know you aren't too late, too early, too old, too young, too big, too small?
Every one of you has potential. You have to be strong enough to say, you know what, I'm not with that no more.
Hold on to your dreams. Failure is not fatal if you refuse to quit.
And what I learned about brokenness is that broken people are the people that are really going to show us how grace works. Okay. It's the broken that will teach us how redemption works. It's the broken that can show us how compassion works. It's the broken that are going to lead us to that place of justice.
What's important is for this group of men and women to understand that you have self-worth, that you're worthy, that you are decent people. Some people need guidance. Some people need assistance. Some people need help. Some people need to be nurtured. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Don't you let them stop you. Don't you let them put obstacles in your way. And if they close the door of opportunity, just kick it down. Fight back. Put on the full armor of God and go out there and fight for what you want.
You are the best program in the country. This program needs to be replicated across the country. It's driven recidivism rates down to 10, 11%. That's amazing results. Amazing results. You should be so proud of the program and so proud of these graduates. You all represent the best of us.
They may know who you used to be. They don't know the you that has the audacity to still have a dream, a hope, a goal, a fire, a fight, a drive, a tenacious, relentless, bodacious spirit that says, I've been to hell, but I made it back out. And I'm here as a testimony to tell you, I'll never go back to being who I was again.
Welcome to the first virtual T.O.R.I graduation. It is indeed our privilege to share this evening with you as we commemorate the great accomplishments of our grads. Texas Offenders Reentry Initiative, T.O.R.I, is a prisoner reentry program of the Potter's House Church in Dallas, Texas, founded by Bishop T.D. Jakes. Since 2005, T.O.R.I has served over 35,000 returning citizens and their families by providing holistic, wraparound services that foster positive lifestyle changes for those coming home from prison. With a focus on bridging gaps in 6 core components: employment, education, housing, healthcare, family reunification, and spiritual guidance. This 12-month intensive case management program affords returning citizens a second chance at life and provides solutions to the many barriers faced upon release. These efforts boast a very low 11% recidivism rate among T.O.R.I clients. T.O.R.I strives each day to reduce recidivism by providing individualized reentry services to returning citizens seeking a change, creating a community of restored individuals, families, and communities. Through the forwarding of the vision of Bishop T.D. Jakes, T.O.R.I continues restoring broken lives and communities. At T.O.R.I, going back is not an option.
Coming up, a special performance by Kelly Price. But first, how T.O.R.I meets its clients' need for safe, affordable housing.
Today is a very exciting day for us. T.O.R.I was able to come over to Brianna's house, her brand new house, and gift her, through the help of Megacare and the Potter's House, a new couch, a new table, dining room table that seats 7 people, a crib for her 4-month-old baby, a lot of sheets, a lot of snack containers, lamps, all the things you can think of to just start to brighten up her home and give her the things that she needs to get started.
What happened here today was one of the most greatest things that could have happened. A great blessing. Thank you.
When I heard Brianna's story at T.O.R.I, she had worked the program for a full year. She was in a 3-bedroom apartment that's part of the Dallas Housing Authority program. As she was moving, her apartment was broken into, and all the things that were there had been taken. And so she didn't have anything when she moved into this brand new house.
I told the story to T.O.R.I. Like, hey, my apartment got broken into. Do you guys think y'all have anyone that can help me out with some furniture, some discount, something? They're like, United Megacare is going to donate all these things to you from their warehouse to help you with some stuff, you know? And I'm like, really? So she sends me this long list of all these things that they're giving me. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a blessing. Thank you, Jesus, because I didn't have anything. Now I have so much more, and every little thing counts, every little thing helps.
That's what the T.O.R.I program does. We advocate to landlords, we advocate to the Housing Authority. Even on a national level, HUD has come to the table and listened and watched how this program has evolved. And so over the last 14 years, T.O.R.I has had the privilege of housing families like Brianna, and that's what today was about. Coming here, gifting her with a few new things, but also being able to encourage her and wrap her in love. All the love we have, we're sending it over to her.
Now a special performance by recording artist Kelly Price from T.O.R.I's 2017 graduation.
How can I say thanks for the things you've done for me? things so undeserved. You even came to prove your love for me. The voices of a million angels cannot express my gratitude. All that I am and ever hope to be, I owe it all to thee. Can I say that one more time? Oh, how can I say thanks for the things God's done for me? Things so undeserved. He even came to prove his love for me. The voices of a million angels cannot express my gratitude. Glory to God. All that I am and ever hope to be, yeah, I owe it all to thee and to God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. Yes, for the things he has done. Yes, God, with his blood, he has saved me. And with his power, he has raised me. To God be the glory. Hallelujah. For the things he has done, just let me live. Yes, God, my life, and let it be pleasing, Lord, to thee. And if I gain any praise, let it go to Calvary. Hey, with his blood, Jesus said,
Hi, I'm Deja. I'm 9 years old. Because of my mom's drug habit, I spend most of my time in foster care.
Deja doesn't realize that people have a tendency to be a product of their environment, that the things said, felt, and experienced around them shape their future and disturb their destiny.
My childhood was not a regular childhood with a mother and a father in the house. I grew up without my parents.
5 years from now, I'll run away from my foster home for the first time. And 2 years later, I'm gonna run away again.
By now, Deja's decisions are driven by her desire for love. The people that are around her are destined to fail her. In fact, they lead to her destruction and her utter disappointment.
When I was 14, that was the last time I've actually seen my mother alive. And the last thing that she told me was that she loved drugs more than she loved me. That always stuck with me, and that made me say, well, if you don't love me, somebody out there is gonna love me. Just because it's not you, that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna find somebody to love me.
2 years later, at the age of 18, I'll meet a man named Eric who abused me and introduced me to my other love, drugs.
If nothing changes, this would be all of Deja's life. A never-ending cycle of bad decisions that continue to perpetuate themselves for the rest of her life.
I ended up finding my kid's father. I was 18 when I got with him, and he introduced me to how to sell drugs, and so that's how my pathway to selling drugs began.
When I'm 5 months pregnant with my 4th child, I'll be arrested for selling cocaine.
Well, the first time I got in trouble was for stealing. Then I got caught for this charge for trafficking cocaine. And that's when I came to the realization of, I don't want this life. This is not what I want.
Even though I'll do all those things,
I've learned I don't have to be defined by them.
With the Texas Offenders Reentry Initiative, she can go from a pathology of bad choices and decisions to a positive outcome and end. She may have done what they say she did, but she is not who they say she was.
When I first moved down here, I didn't know about the T.O.R.I program. I was basically trying to do things on my own. But then I found T.O.R.I. And when I found T.O.R.I, I found hope. You have to come to T.O.R.I with the mind of you want to change. I'm a totally different person who I am today from 10 years ago.
What I love about the T.O.R.I program is that our focus is not just showing ex-offenders how to reintegrate back into society. Far more importantly, to identify the propensities, the choices, the decisions that brought them to a negative end in the first place. Your support would make such a difference. Would you help?
The T.O.R.I program has changed my life and given me back my future.
Coming up, a special congratulations from Walmart President and CEO Doug McMillon. Now, a story of T.O.R.I's commitment to second chance employment.
5 years ago, Jonathan was arrested for driving while intoxicated. This would be his 3rd DWI charge. Upon release, Jonathan had been successful in maintaining his sobriety, but his past record hindered him from obtaining a job. He reached out to T.O.R.I for employment help. And thanks to the strong relationship that T.O.R.I has with the city of Dallas, Jonathan secured an interview for a position and was excited about getting a chance at a stable job. On the day of his much-anticipated interview, Jonathan received a call from the interviewer. A shelter-in-place order had just gone into effect, and the interview would have to be postponed to an undetermined date. This major disappointment left Jonathan feeling dejected. He began to lose faith and question whether he'd ever be able to make progress towards improving his life. He reached out to his T.O.R.I reentry specialist, who encouraged him to not lose hope. She worked tirelessly to find him another opportunity and was able to connect him with temporary employment at a warehouse close to home. Even in the middle of this quarantine, things are still looking up. I'm attending my classes, counseling online, and going to work every day. As soon as this is all over, I'll have a rescheduled interview with the city of Dallas. Things really are looking like they're gonna be okay.
Hi, I'm Doug McMillan, President and CEO of Walmart. I'm honored to be a part of this celebration. I want to thank T.O.R.I for their work and recognize Bishop Jakes for his vision nearly 20 years ago to build something that drives impact like what we see with this class today. To the class of 2021, congratulations. You should all be proud of what you've accomplished. It's a big achievement, and we're excited to see you reach this milestone. Like T.O.R.I, Walmart shares a passion for creating opportunities for people. We believe one of the best ways to do that is by supporting communities. That includes using our size and our breadth to help address big challenges like the racial inequity and injustice that harms our society. As part of our continued journey, last year we made new commitments to help increase fairness and equity in aspects of everyday life, both inside our company and beyond. This includes using our business and philanthropic resources to lead and influence change in our nation's criminal justice, education and workforce, financial, and healthcare systems. One example of the work we're doing is a second chance hiring initiative launched in Dallas. The goal is to create pathways to employment for second chance citizens at Walmart by helping strengthen the place-based nonprofit organizations like T.O.R.I that support reentrants. We're also building out our own capabilities within our company to help ensure that second chance associates are supported and have the opportunity to advance in their careers. We know we have the ability to make a positive difference, but we can only do that when working together with strong organizations. Thank you for doing your part and continuing the positive steps of your journey. Once again, congratulations to you, the T.O.R.I class of 2021. We're encouraged and excited about your future.
T.O.R.I is proud to partner with companies like Walmart to help returning citizens find meaningful employment opportunities.
We're at the Westin Hotel in downtown Dallas. It's right on the bus line. It makes it really convenient for our clients to come see us and take advantage of this opportunity. So the job fair has been great. We had quite a few candidates we reached out to. We've had over 20 individuals walk through the door so far. We're a little over halfway through for the day, and we've had many offers, multiple offers for individuals to get placed near where they live. So our partnership with Walmart began when Tina spoke to one of their executives, and they really wanted to get back into the space of hiring people coming home from jail or prison.
It makes you feel like you're acceptable in society, you know, after coming out of what I've come out of. They gave me the job opportunity, and so the background just has to come back. So I'm excited. It's like a family, you know, they want to see us succeed, they want to see us look good, they want to see us do good, they want to see us feel good.
T.O.R.I has, not only have they been helping me in my job search, but they've gone, you know, they've written me advocacy letters, they've made phone calls for me, they have really stood beside me to make it a little bit easier.
This has been an incredible success today, bigger than we'd even expected. We have individuals that are coming up to us at the event that work at the Westin asking us questions. These individuals have been incarcerated? Is this a second chance opportunity? What is that all about? That's incredible. It's engaging the community, it's engaging our clients, it's showing our clients people care, and we're doing things past COVID.
Right now I feel excited because I'm ready to go to work. I told them support my kids and stay out of trouble, gonna keep me out of trouble.
I'm glad that I'm able to start out somewhere. I'm able to start out doing something and just instead of looking, I have a job now, so I'm very excited about it.
And even after today, we're still just strengthening this partnership with Walmart. We're understanding the ins and the outs of how it works with our clients, and we're gonna keep moving forward and keep bringing them some great candidates from T.O.R.I.
I got an offer, I got the position, so I'll be starting really, really soon. I've been to some job fairs, but it was back in the day when I was much younger. And a lot of things that I got tripped up on, they were there to help me all the way through. I'm in debt to T.O.R.I. I thank them so much.
In 2019, T.O.R.I brought together partners from across sectors who share its mission of providing hope and opportunity for returning citizens and their communities.
We have been partnering now with T.O.R.I for well over a year, so really excited about the progress we've made so far. So we've had a few cohorts of employees that are now working at AT&T. It's been an awesome partnership. We love the fact that the program really helps prepare the individual before they re-enter the workforce.
My earliest memory in life was living in a battered women's shelter. By the time I was 14, sadly, I began to sell crack cocaine in the streets. And I got a brother serving 40 years in prison right now, and the only difference between myself and my brother is I didn't get caught. I have a felony arrest as a teenager, and I wasn't able to get a traditional job. I just wasn't qualified based on disqualifying myself and making bad decisions in life. So I stand before you as someone who's the true definition of God's grace and mercy. I'm not better than any individual that has ever gone through the T.O.R.I program. The true success of my life has been the choices that I've made, and that choice is to surround myself around entities and people who have a heart and a passion to help pull people to the other side, like T.O.R.I.
We've hired people that have gone through the T.O.R.I program. We've promoted multiple people that have been through the T.O.R.I program. We've had leaders that have really excelled at Mint that have been through the T.O.R.I program. And so the minute they come on to Mint, they don't get any other second eyeballs on them. They don't ever have to talk about their past. And I really see them excel because they've had leadership training along with all the other exceptional things that the T.O.R.I program offers. It really benefits the company more than the T.O.R.I people because the company's the biggest beneficiary of having a good employee who can be a leader for their team. And so I would encourage every CEO to look at the T.O.R.I program. Anybody that graduates from it, I think would be just as good as any candidate, if not better.
Well, I think it's important not only for AT&T to partner with T.O.R.I, but other companies as well, because it's vital to the success of the communities that we all work and live in and serve.
Our objective is to work with you and to identify means where we can find talent,
yes,
give back to the community, and you're serving a very vital function to us through your coordination with T.O.R.I on helping to identify people that could come into AT&T and make a contribution, and we can make a contribution to them as well.
Congratulations from AT&T on your recent completion of the T.O.R.I program. I enjoy seeing stories of success in the communities we serve, stories of how we overcome our circumstances together. Second chances can change the direction of not only your life, but that of those around you and for generations to come. As a graduate of the program, you've already shown your commitment to creating a new beginning. And I hope you are really proud of yourselves, because I certainly am. And I congratulate you all on 16 years of the T.O.R.I program.
Coming up, a heartfelt message from Bishop T.D. Jakes. But first, we look back at the unforgettable story of one woman's journey to redemption and salvation.
For about 26 years of my life, I struggled in addiction. It started out, smoking a little weed and then doing a little coke. My drug addiction went from selling drugs to, I have a needle in my arm and I'm an intravenous drug user. I got to a point that I just couldn't stand to go 15 minutes without being high. I just needed to self-medicate the pain. I was hopeless. I started working in strip clubs, which led to escort companies, which through my addiction led me into the streets, and I ended up being a homeless prostitute, selling my body for my next hit of crack, eating out of dumpsters, doing everything and anything I could just to try to fill a void. There was a corner that I used to stand out and prostitute on. And there was this lady that would come out with a bullhorn and she would yell at me, this is a no prostitution zone. You're gonna be arrested. And I'm like, get out of my face. And only by the grace of God did I not pull out my Glock and shoot her. I never dreamed that I would ever be that, but that was my choice and that's where it led me. Probably 100 times or more was I arrested. I have approximately 46 felonies. At 40 years old, my last trip, landing in solitary confinement, I just got on my face and I cried out to God and I said, God, if you're really real and you are who your word says you are, if you will set me free and just release me from all this bondage, I'll spend the rest of my life giving back to where I came from. And he did that. Despite what the world said about me, I knew what God's word said about me. So I went to Bible college and I got a PhD in biblical counseling. They opened the door for me to go back in the prison. I go in twice a month and they bring the ladies of death row down and we have church services. You know, God gave me a vision in confinement to have homes for men and women like myself. And you know, over the past 8 years, I've started 6 homes, you know, with businesses to go with them. And about 2 years ago, I was at a women's conference and this lady gets up to speak, and it was the lady on the corner, and she is now my pastor. And the Lord brought me full circle back. The things that I had to really seek and find, T.O.R.I has it all in one place. Had I had the opportunity to have a program like T.O.R.I, it would have changed my life. Sadly, my story is not unique. And the problem is getting worse, as the incarceration rate has skyrocketed 700% in the last 40 years. But there is hope. Someone who goes through the T.O.R.I program is 4 times less likely to be rearrested. While it costs taxpayers over $50 a day to incarcerate, T.O.R.I can rehabilitate someone for only $4 a day. T.O.R.I is making a real difference.
You may not know this, but for 28 years, I have been servicing families impacted by incarceration. Upon working a thriving prison ministry for 11 years, we quickly discovered that those in jails and prisons could be encouraged by the examples of redemption and the promise of everlasting life found in the Bible. But once released, these individuals needed access to tangible resources. It was with that foundational understanding about returning citizens that birthed the T.O.R.I program. It is a testament to the power of God's redemption that T.O.R.I has expanded its reach internationally, inspiring change in the governmental, academic, and corporate sectors. Truly, these results have been directly caused by the supporters of T.O.R.I's mission. Supporters like you. That donation that we received last week helped a single mother get to and from work for a week. That $100 donation helped a family furnish their apartment, and the incredibly generous $10,000 donation we received last month sponsored nearly 2,000 returning citizens' journeys toward home. Every single dollar counts. And every donation is an investment that impacts a T.O.R.I client, but also it provides a direct reimbursement to society at large. It costs taxpayers nearly $50 a day to incarcerate, but it costs just $4 to rehabilitate through T.O.R.I. What a great investment. An investment in T.O.R.I is an investment that makes its way back into the pocket of taxpayers. The best impacts are those that show a truly changed life. I would like to share with you a T.O.R.I client's testimony that touched my heart. Patrick entered the T.O.R I program following a few stumbles on the road to reintegration into society. Released 4 years prior, he worked a series of dead-end jobs until one day he heard about the opportunities that T.O.R I provides. "I'm not a young man," he said. "I thought that I was just going to jump from manual labor to manual labor job. Until I retired to Orem, my body gave out. I knew it wasn't going to be long," Patrick explains. But Patrick also kept a secret. He'd been living with cancer since he was incarcerated. Patrick was afraid that this diagnosis would label him to his caseworker, held this information back until he had been in the program for roughly 2 months. He said, "I was afraid I would appear weak, and I have always been strong. I also didn't think it would matter if they knew." I was so wrong. Following this disclosure, Patrick's reentry specialist found him employment with a local telemarketing company that allowed him to commit to less strenuous work and accommodated his health needs. Moreover, Patrick was connected with a support group in the community, as well as with a community partner that assisted those with cancer in paying their bills during treatment. The doctor says I am in the maintenance stage now. That's his report. At first, I didn't know what that meant, but T.O.R.I helped me to understand to be healthy and to feed your mind, your body, and your spirit is a part of wellness. T.O.R.I has done all of that and more. Patrick expressed enthusiasm, the same kind of enthusiasm that I want you to have. T.O.R.I gave me a strength that I never had before. That's what he said. And I want you to understand that every time you commit to T.O.R.I, you are not just giving dollars, you are giving hope. You are giving strength. You are giving help.
Coming up, our 2021 T.O.R.I graduation special guest speaker, Van Jones. But first, we hear the voices of T.O.R.I alumni on their life-saving and spirit-renewing experiences with the T.O.R.I program.
My life before T.O.R.I was going in and out of jails and institutions, no stability, no order, no game plan, basically.
In and out of prison. I did 3 terms in prison, total of 17 and a half years, selling drugs, did drugs, gangbanged for 13 years. That was pretty much my life.
My life was very chaotic. I was a single mom, very bad drug addiction, getting into trouble, bank frauds, and just hanging around the wrong people. My life was pretty much in turmoil. I felt very worthless, tried to stay numb to it.
Basically just saw no light, facing life in prison. The T.O.R.I program embraced me with open arms. They were like family to me.
As soon as I walked through the door, I just knew that that was the place I was supposed to be.
They would pretty much be in the trenches with you. They didn't judge you. They didn't look down on you. They helped you. And that's real important when you are trying to pull yourself up out of the black hole of life. I found it. I felt like I had found my people. I found my place. I found my home. I found people that understood me.
T.O.R.I gave me 3 jobs. I've worked all 3 of them.
We did this one segment. Lady Sarita was washing various ladies' feet, and she touched my feet. And when that happened, it was like a weight lifted off of me. And I never felt so free in my life. And that was like the turning moment for me.
In the man-to-man classes, they mentored me and they instilled things in me and activated things in me that I never knew were there.
Graduation from T.O.R.I was amazing. It made me feel like there was nothing that I couldn't do. 13 years later, I am now CEO and founder of Donna's Chest of Hope nonprofit, where I help single parents and veterans. I owe it to God and T.O.R.I to pay it forward.
To be where I am now, to have my own house, to be married to an amazing woman, to love God, to serve God, to be a man of God, just mind-blowing.
This is my home. I want to be here. I want to work for T.O.R.I one day. And it was like a secret petition that I gave God. I was telling God, here I am. I've been working for T.O.R.I for the past 10 years now. It'll be 11 years in July this year.
T.O.R.I will always run through my veins.
Following Bishop, with the vision that God has given him, I thank you for being faithful to God. I thank you for not being afraid to meet us where we are.
Because a lot of times when you get out of jail, there is nothing out there for us to grasp onto. We feel like we have no choice but to go back to old people, old places, and old things. And because of you thinking about me and not even knowing me, you knew just what I needed. Putting this program in place, it saved my life. And I thank you for that.
Tonight we have a special guest that I can call friend. He is a 3-time New York Times best-selling author, host of 2 shows on CNN, The Van Jones Show and The Redemption Project. He is also the CEO of the Reform Alliance, an initiative founded by Jay-Z, Meek Mill, and 6 billionaires to transform the criminal justice system. Van founded #Cut50, a Dream Corps initiative to reduce the prison population by 50% while making our communities safer. In 2018, Van and #Cut50 led the winning campaign to pass the First Step Act, a bipartisan federal bill that the New York Times called the most substantial breakthrough in criminal justice in a generation. As if that's not enough, he hails from the Yale School of Law. Please welcome my dear friend and brother, Van Jones.
Greetings. My name is Van Jones, and I just want to say right off the top how much I appreciate being under the tutelage and the mentorship and the guidance of Bishop Jakes. I know many people around the world can say that, but for me, it's been a singular, very special relationship. He is a light in a very dark time for a lot of people, including myself. So I just want to give honor and appreciation to Bishop Jakes and all he does and all he's done for me. I also just want to congratulate you, the graduates of this program, the T.O.R.I program, which is an exceptional program. The 120 plus of you who are graduating, you are joining a community, a fellowship, a fraternity, a sorority of truly epic proportions. 30,000 people of all backgrounds who have gone through what you just went through and come out the other side. 90% of those people have gone on to live extraordinary lives, as opposed to less than 25% of the people who go through most of these programs. So this is you're an exception to the exception in an exceptional program. And I think I just want to say congratulations. And just to say, breakdowns can become breakthroughs if we use them right. That's the point of a program like this. Tomorrow is more important than yesterday. And everybody who's gotten anywhere has had to go through somewhere to get there. And you've gone through something. But the amazing thing about what's happening in the country right now is that some of our most inspiring leaders, some of our most powerful truth tellers are people who have gone through the same experience that you've gone through, come out the other side and not just done okay, not just survived, but are thriving and turning the country around. People who I'm close to, like Shaka Senghor, who was involved in gang activity as a cast out young man in Detroit. He came from an abusive home, fled that home into the streets of Detroit, wound up taking another man's life in a drug deal gone bad, went to prison, did 17 years, many of them in solitary confinement, and yet somehow managed to write a book under those circumstances, and several books actually, but one of them in particular, Righting My Wrongs, that became a bestseller, New York Times bestseller that Oprah Winfrey read and brought him on the air. He wound up as an MIT fellow, and now his second book is coming out. He had a breakdown early in his life, but he took what he had been through, took what he learned, took what he had experienced, put it down on paper through blood, sweat, and tears, turned himself into a powerful author, and is now living an extraordinary life. He's one of the most sought out people now from companies, brands, celebrities, Nas, all these different people who see what he has been able to do. Miss Alice Johnson, who was given life with no possibility of parole for her first time nonviolent drug offense. Her boyfriend was basically dealing drugs and she helped a little bit. She wound up getting a lifetime sentence with no possibility of parole. But her light was so bright inside that prison that somebody made a video of her, and Kim Kardashian saw the video and took it to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump freed her and pardoned her. She had a breakdown, but inside of the confines of those prison walls, she became a light and a healer. I know a guy named Lewis Reed, whose father had done federal prison time, and I think even his mother had done federal prison time, and then he did federal prison time. And then in the prison, he decided to become educated. I think he got several advanced degrees in prison. And he's now helps to lead the Reform Alliance, working alongside the likes of Jay-Z and Meek Mill. What I'm trying to say to you is this: no pressure, no diamonds. No pressure, no diamonds. The pressure of living in a society like this that takes some people, when they break the law, if they are from a certain neighborhood, a certain income bracket, they get those people help. They put them in rehab. They give them all the tools to turn their lives around. And other people in neighborhoods, even just 20 minutes away, they make one mistake and the book is thrown at those folks. And we know the difference between those two kind of neighborhoods. That's the breakdown. But the breakthrough is those of you who somehow, even in the hell of all of that, find resources, use resources, find mentors, use mentors, find books, find knowledge, use it, and push ahead anyway. No pressure, no diamonds. Wind up being brighter stars, wind up being stronger leaders, wind up being more wise counselors than the people who never went that tough road. I wouldn't wish a tough road on anybody, but if you are on one, make it serve you. Get strength out of the struggle. And that's what you have done. And that's who you are. And that's what you will represent as you go forward. And, you know, I don't think Bishop Jakes would be mad for me to say, because there's a power in the universe, even bigger than T.O.R.I, even bigger than T.D. Jakes, certainly bigger than Van Jones or anybody on TV or Jay-Z who I mentioned. And that power is a power for good. And that power loves a redemption story. That power loves it when the stone that the builder rejected becomes the head cornerstone of something beautiful and something powerful and something magnificent. And that possibility is in your hands today. That story is waiting to be rewritten and to be have the final chapters and the final episodes be so magnificent that people who hate you have to admire you, and the people who love you will be brought to tears again and again by what you do with this opportunity. I appreciate everything that Bishop Jakes is doing. I appreciate everything that T.O.R.I is doing. I am going to appreciate everything that you do as a graduate of T.O.R.I.
I now present to you the class of 2021 T.O.R.I graduates. Let's celebrate. This is from former President George W. Bush.
Greetings to those gathered to celebrate the Texas Offenders Reentry Initiative commencement ceremony. Congratulations to the graduates on this special occasion. In my 2004 State of the Union speech, I proposed a prisoner reentry initiative. I said America is the land of second chance, and when the gates of the prison open, the path ahead should lead to a better life. T.D. Jakes heard this call and created the Texas Offenders Reentry Initiative. I am grateful for all this program has done to reduce recidivism and create a pathway for offenders to become productive members of our society. Yes. Laura and I thank T.D. Jakes for his compassionate vision and Tina Naidoo for her steadfast leadership of T.O.R.I. For the past 16 years, we send our appreciation to all who have supported and shepherded more than 30,000 graduates of this fine initiative. Keep up the good work. And to the graduates, we send our very best wishes for your future success. May God bless you, George W. Bush. That's as good as it gets. That's great. That's fabulous.
Greetings from beautiful New Brunswick, Canada. I'd like to take this opportunity to extend a special congratulations to each of you, the graduates of the Texas Offender Reentry Initiative. You serve as a true inspiration to so many. And I'd like to especially recognize visionary and founder of this wonderful initiative, Bishop T.D. Jakes and First Lady Sarita Jakes. Thanks to your vision and to the great work that you're doing, many lives are being changed and transformed as we are witnessing here today with all the graduates who have completed the T.O.R.I program. I'd like to also give a special congratulations and warm thanks to Tina Naidu, the Executive Director of T.O.R.I. Your impact has been felt not just in Texas and in America, but it's now being felt around the world and in your neighbor, Canada. We'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you. You have many great chapters ahead. And to all the graduates of the Texas Offender Reentry Initiative, once again, congratulations, and I look forward to hearing many more great stories of huge and incredible impact that you're going to have.
As we reflect on the past 16 years, we celebrate the class of 2021 graduates, while recognizing T.O.R.I's alumni, volunteers, and the tremendous staff. Truly, it is the support of all of these individuals as well as T.O.R.I's partners and you, our supporters. The accomplishments that T.O.R.I experienced over the past 16 years have been monumental. From T.O.R.I's first graduating class of 2006 to having served over 35,000 by 2021, it is no simple feat. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, T.O.R.I shifted to virtual services. Provisions were made in addition to serving returning citizens across the state of Texas, providing services to individuals in 23 other states in a pandemic. T.O.R.I has effectively bridged the gap between Fortune 10 companies and second chance employment, creating a pathway alongside companies like Walmart and AT&T and many others to reintegrate returning citizens back into the workforce. In early 2021, T.O.R.I was present as the Canadian Parliament approved a bill that would provide federally backed services across the country of Canada based on T.O.R.I's model of success. With our army of supporters like you alongside us, T.O.R.I will continue to work alongside local, state, and federal partners to reduce crime through opportunities. Most importantly, we will continue to transform the lives of those returning home from jails and prisons. At T.O.R.I, going back is not an option.
Ladies and gentlemen, your T.O.R.I graduating class of 2021.